Hello and welcome everyone to the third and final game of ShoWTimE versus Fuzer from some unknown EU tournament. Spawning in the bottom left position of Derelict Watcher as the Teal Terran, we have Fuzer. His opponent today spawning in the top right position as the Red Protoss, we have ShoWTimE. Yes, so far ShoWTimE has done a fantastic job against Fuzer, just been outplaying him every single game, and so in this third and final game, gonna have to see how both of these players going to be playing. I don't know who this guy is, but he leaves the game every single time at the beginning of every single game. So, this map is going to be Derelict Watcher. Very, very nice, balanced map. I really like this map for all the matchups, really, as it's a very, very nice and balanced, very even two-player map where both players spawn directly opposite of each other, as it usually is. And from the natural, you have one area, one kind of central area that you have to defend. And then up this ramp you have your third base. This is generally where players take their third base. Why? Because there's this nice big open area here that you just have to plant your nice big fat army right there, and you defend both the ramp to your natural and to your third base. So it's a very nice map for getting up three bases quite nicely, and so I like that a lot. Any map where I'm allowed to get a fairly easy three bases is a good map by me. This is not so good of an option for a third base just because there is a high ground right here, so when your opponent is attacking, he'll be attacking from a high ground, and jumping between defending this base and then coming all the way down here to defend this natural, really, really tough. So this is almost always going to be your third. Now, what do we have going down here by ShoWTimE? It looks like we might be having a proxy here, possibly a proxy Stargate, maybe a proxy Dark Shrine, or just a hidden Dark Shrine, rather. It's definitely possible. We're gonna have to see what he's planning on doing in the base of Fuzer right now. Fuzer's just gone for that normal opening of going barracks into gas. Actually, I think it was barracks and then gas. But we see that the Reaper is now coming out there, and so, that actually means that this is a gas first, gas into barracks, I do believe. And now that means that that Reaper is going to come out and get some scouting information here. And in the base of ShoWTimE, so far, everything actually looks really, really normal. What is he going to be throwing down here? Is this just for later? Could he be going for a proxy Stargate? Proxy Stargates are really, really common to get up those oracles in this matchup right now. We're seeing a lot of that just because those oracles can potentially deal a lot of damage. They're not too expensive, they're not a big investment, but they can pay off big, big, big dividends. Reaper's now out on the field, gonna start to move towards the opponent's base, and it looks like everything is going to look totally normal here. And there we go, we finally have some tech coming down here. It looks like it's gonna be a hidden Twilight Council, possibly a Dark Shrine going down here at the bottom of the third base. Oh, does not want to get that probe spotted. Ooh, real close there. If that Reaper sees that probes coming out of that third base, he's going to be real suspicious, and he's going to start to poke in there. And this is actually really smart here by ShoWTimE. I actually really like what he's doing. This is a really smart move. To Fuzer, after playing those last two games, this looks like the exact same identical build from the past two games. Looks like he's just going for a very normal one racks expand, so it doesn't look like there's anything unusual at all happening. And so Fuzer's just going to sit here and he's just going to wait for that expansion to come down. That's all he's going to do. And look at this, the first unit coming out of here is going to be a Stalker, so he's going to be able to chase away this unit. So he's going to be able to chase away the Reaper, and in the meantime he's throwing up the command center behind this. But actually Fuzer is not going to be expanding at all. He's actually going to be going for a one base all in here, or at least some very heavy aggression. So now the Mothership Core is out, as well as the Stalker, and it looks like he's going to be able to pick off that Reaper. And there is a Blink research now coming down here for ShoWTimE, so he's going to be going for a big Blink all in here, as we do see two gateways now coming down here, so he's going to be going up to 3-gate Blink all in here, and Fuzer's getting ready to go up to a second base here. Second barracks is now out on the field. Notice there is a bunker here, so Fuzer was feeling a little bit suspicious of his opponent, kind of wondering what his opponent was going to do. I would almost bet his opponent that he's thinking that his opponent's going to be going for a proxied Reaper, or a proxied Starport rather. I would bet that that's kind of what he was thinking that his opponent could possibly be going for, but it's actually going to be a big Blink play, so I don't know how well this bunker is actually going to be able to defend him. We see more barracks now going down here. Notice he's not moving this command center down here, and there's now a Widow Mine out on the field as well. So he's going to be able to stop some of the aggression coming at the front, but I think ShoWTimE with this mothership core is just going to be able to blink up onto that high ground, and so this Widow Mine is actually not going to help him at all except to take out that one Stalker. So he did manage to do some damage with that Widow Mine, knows that those Widow Mines are out on the field, and there we go. We do see the robotics facility going down right away here for ShoWTimE because he knows that he's going to be going up against Widow Mines, and that could potentially shut down this all-in. So as you can see, no more workers coming out now for ShoWTimE. He's completely stopped on worker production. He's just going purely for Blink Stalkers. 3 Blink Stalkers currently out on the field, lots of Marines, and possibly now some Marauders now coming out here for Fuzer, and it looks like he's going to have that Blink there, and yes, it looks like now he does see that coming in here. He's going to start to focus down that reactor. There is a barracks going up here as well, and he managed to pick off that SCV. Nice time warp going down on all those Marines, meaning that he's forced to stay away. All the SCVs now being pulled off the line. Well, most of those SCVs being pulled off the line, but another beautiful time warp going down here. There's one siege tank out here. Needs to get that siege tank into a little bit more of a forward position if he can, but now looks like the supply depot is going to go down, and that is going to heavily supply block Fuzer. He's going to be in a whole lot of trouble. He needs to pull this Widow Mine back into the base right away here. As we can see, Observer now coming out here for ShoWTimE, but nothing else going on. No natural expansion being taken here. The barracks now being taken down here by ShoWTimE, and he's going to continue to focus down all these units. A lot of SCVs now being pulled off the line here, as Fuzer knows he needs to keep this alive. He needs to stay alive here. He needs to move the siege tank up forward so that he can start to deal some damage to these Blink Stalkers. But there are so many Blink Stalkers out here on the field, and only one Marauder in the mix here. Second siege tank now out on the field, but there's just not a whole lot of mining going down. There's actually one worker that's not mining at all, but the blink forward, and as he manages to pick off that siege tank, manages to pick off both siege tanks, but now he's losing a whole lot of Stalkers, and now Fuzer's trying to push back right now, but more units continuing to be warped in here, and with this Widow Mine still there, and doing a nice little job of helping a little bit, but there's still just a lot of Stalkers out here for ShoWTimE. 40 supply to 31 right now on the harvester count, 19 harvesters to 26 favoring ShoWTimE right now, and he's gone back to worker production, producing another mothership core as well here. So it's possible that he's going to start to expand behind this as he knows that he's done some damage, but no, it looks like we're actually seeing more and more units being warped in here. 2 Zealots to try to absorb some damage, as well as a Stalker here going down as well. And where's that Observer? Whatever happened to that Observer? There it is. Their Observer coming out across the field there. And that Widow Mine is just not going to be recharged fast enough. Focuses down the units, making that bunker, and it looks like more and more workers going down here. And Fuzer actually, with the Blink Micro, going to be able to pick off a whole lot of workers here. These Zealots absorbing a lot of the damage here for these Stalkers to be able to deal the damage. Now they are just going to be moving forward here, focusing down that Marauder, which is dealing a lot of damage because they do have that bonus damage to Armored. And it looks like another Widow Mine managing to come out there, and Fuzer just going to leave out of that game, meaning that ShoWTimE takes a clean sweep 3-0 in that little series. Hope you guys enjoyed that series. If you did, please hit that like button, that subscribe button. Please comment down below with any comments that you have. I've been messing with a lot of settings lately. I've been changing a lot of my audio settings today. I went and redid everything. I tried to redo all my microphone settings, StarCraft settings, all the different audio settings. And I've also been playing with Sony Vegas a lot. I downloaded Sony Vegas, so I've been using that a lot, and I think I have established a good way to do 2-minute tutorials. So I know I've been promising that for so long, but I promise that I've actually been working on it every day. I've been working with Sony Vegas because I want it to be really, really good and really, really awesome. So be sure to tune into that, and thank you guys so much for watching. Glitch out.